If you are a parent, you cannot afford to miss today's show because it could change the way you protect your child from sexual predators. Last week, we met a family who was divided over a dark secret, sexual abuse within their family circle. Our guests have requested to use different names and change their appearance to protect their family.
Due to strong sexual content, viewer discretion advised. Previously in the Dr. Phil house.
You didn't know that it was against the law to have sex with a 6-year-old child. Are you kidding me?
They left their 6-year-old daughter in Grandpa's loving arms, only to learn the horrifying truth.
You molested her, you covered it up.
Today, after months behind bars, Dr. Phil brings this predator face to face with Grace's mother.
You've murdered my daughter's innocence forever. There's no taking that back.
What happened, happened.
Please don't justify this.
You're pathetic. Such sickness, and you've done nothing to change.
You don't know what I go through.
I don't care what you go through every day.
But is it too late for this wife and mother?
When you have sex with your husband, you look at him and see the man that molested your daughter.
Plus, what young Grace revealed to Dr. Phil.
Since they did that thing to me, I keep having that same feeling almost every day.
And what is that feeling?
And will the grandparents get to see Grace?
There's a lot of child molesters out there.
Now,
And you're one of them.
the conclusion of Saving Grace.
Coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go, in 10.
Stand by, camera 6. If you're going to talk to me, you're going to have to be honest.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
Showtime. This is going to be a changing day in your life. I'm taking people with real problems and moving them into the Dr. Phil house. I'm going to put you under a microscope. Need a camera here, need one here. I'm putting cameras everywhere to see what really happens behind closed doors. I am moving in with you. Last week, we introduced you to Kat and Todd and their 9-year-old daughter, Grace. 2 years ago, Kat and Todd left Grace in the care of her loving grandparents, Steve and Ann, like they did most weekends. What happened next is absolutely on the short list of every parent's worst nightmares.
When my daughter was 6 and a half, she was molested by her grandfather. In that moment, my whole world changed.
I put my hand between her legs and touched her, thinking this would be something she liked, like giving her a piece of candy. I heard this voice in my head that said, be more aggressive, and that's when I unzipped my pants.
I said to her, if anything like this ever were to happen again, I want you to run and tell the first adult you see. And she said, well, I did tell my grandma.
I was giving her her bath, and that's when she said to me, Grandpa was rubbing my vulva. I did not call my son and daughter-in-law to tell them what she had told me.
That next day, my husband and I confronted her grandfather. He said, well, all I can say is, it happened.
He just looked broken. As soon as he admitted it, his head dropped.
Steve was originally charged with 2 counts of lewd and lascivious conduct against a minor.
I got a year county jail time.
A county year, which is effectively 8 months.
I feel kind of betrayed because I did the best that I knew how to do.
His mom is in denial.
I don't know how it's going to affect my granddaughter, but there's 2 sides to every coin. It's not just her that's been hurt by this.
What has hurt the most is not being able to see my granddaughter.
I fear that my granddaughter may have been told that I'm some kind of evil monster for what I did.
I think about the possibility of a reunion between Grace and her grandma, but the idea makes me want to hurl. I feel utterly betrayed because we trusted him. And when I think about what he did, I feel physically sick.
Well, I'm told that you haven't cried about your daughter being molested, but you have cried about your father going to jail. Does that strike you as odd?
I'm ashamed of it.
I got to tell you, I believe I'd have choked the son of a bitch till they pulled me off of him. See, I'm all about getting everything on the table, and I want you two to watch me talk to him. Can you handle hearing the truth?
We don't know already.
I didn't even realize it was against the law.
You didn't know that it was against the law to have sex with a 6-year-old child. You haven't even told your wife what happened. She says you touched her, you had her masturbate you. What did you say to yourself at the time?
I hate to use the word possessed, but something else was controlling my thinking. I had drifted away from God till the devil had a chance to take control.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't me. It was the devil. Are you kidding me? Did you think he would do it the first time?
No.
You didn't see it coming before. What makes you think you would be able to see it coming now?
Isn't that what we would work out?
You molested her, you covered it up. That sort of dries the conversation up in the family meeting.
I don't know if I want to meet right now.
This is going to be so hard for you.
I recommend that we do sit down, the 4 of us. Well, I've talked to both couples here separately, and I thought it was good that we all sat down together, just so everybody knows where everybody else is. They watched my conversation with you. I did not allow you to watch my conversation with them, because frankly, I don't think you're entitled to that. I don't think they owe you an explanation. I don't think they owe you this meeting right now. But I've asked them to do it anyway. You haven't talked to them in a long time. Here they are. Is there anything you'd like to say?
I am so deeply sorry for what I did. I beg for your forgiveness. I don't know what words are the right words to say, other than I am just so sorry. And I hope there's some way you can forgive me. I know I let you down so badly, put you, and especially you, in such a terrible position. And I want the best for my granddaughter.
Is there anything you wanted to say?
Well, I think you know how sorry I am. How I totally dropped the ball. I didn't do what I should have done because I couldn't believe it would ever happen in this family, ever. I love my granddaughter. She's just the light of my life. She always has been. I never would have let her be harmed. When she did say what she said to me, at that moment, I made up my mind that I would never let her be alone with her grandpa again.
Please, please, please don't justify this. For God's sake, she told you. You didn't report it.
That's right.
You should have. I mean, don't damage what little progress we've made by justifying.
No. I don't want to justify it.
I haven't yet heard anything from you guys as far as taking complete responsibility for this. And I don't see how we can come back together until you guys have come to that place.